I'm Drew. Welcome back to the channel. This Monday we celebrate Memorial Day to remember those that sacrificed so much. I'm in Lincoln, Nebraska today at Veterans Memorial Garden. A really beautiful park here, paying tribute to every branch of the military. U.S. Navy, the Marines, the Army, Air Force, and the U.S. Merchant Marines. And last but not least, the United States Coast Guard. Just a beautiful, beautiful park. I recently finished my Bob Cerv Topps base run, and I wanted to show these cards at this special memorial where Bob Cerv's childhood friend is recognized for his military contributions. Here we have a memorial for the World War II folks. All gave some, and some gave all. And now the Korean War Memorial, the Forgotten War, dedicated to Nebraskans who were killed in action while serving with the United Nations forces in the Korean War from 1950 to 1953. All right, let's take a look at those cards. 1953 Topps, that's Bob Cerv's rookie card. And I actually have a couple of those. There's another one. And I also, 1956. Now Bob Cerv, he served on the USS Claxton during World War II and participated in the largest naval engagement during the Battle of Leyte Gulf. While many of his crew were killed during kamikaze attacks, Bob narrowly escaped injury. Let's take a look at his 1957. Now I'm a little disappointed in Topps. I wish they wouldn't have used the same image, but they did here on this 1958. But a little bit more about that battle. So Bob narrowly escaped injury. His shipmates, many of them, died during kamikaze attacks. And after the war, his shipmates were called to Washington, D.C., where President Truman gave them a presidential citation. So this is, 1959 Topps, and I've got a couple of those. I like the backs on those, very clean, very clean. But here's another one. And yet another one. Now that encounter where he got the presidential citation formed a long-time relationship with President Truman. And in fact, they were friends for the rest of their lives. Bob Cerv would often go to Missouri to see President Truman, and Truman would often come up to Nebraska to visit with Bob Cerv. And I will say that it is accepted to say his last name is Cerv, but it actually is pronounced Cherif. All right, 1960. Another 1960. And 1961. And I will say in 1960, the home run derby, Bob Cerv beat Frank Robinson in the home run derby. And while we're here, I wanted to point out this brick, which is dedicated to Leonard Chmelka. Leonard Chmelka was left-handed, batted left-handed, and played first base, while Bob Cerv played in the outfield. Longtime friends of the family. And here is the 1962, and that's the last card for Bob Cerv. So both of these gentlemen here played ball as kids in Weston, Nebraska. And Mr. Cerv was baptized in Weston, he was married in Weston, and he's buried in Weston, Nebraska. Now, Mr. Chmelka was offered on many occasions to fly to Washington, D.C. on one of those veteran flights, which I think they still do. But he refused. His best friend, while serving in Korea, was killed, and Mr. Chmelka once said that if his best friend couldn't go to Washington, D.C., he wasn't going to go either. If you'd like a more in-depth biography on Mr. Cerv, Gordon over at Athlete Archives did a really nice job. He had me on as a guest, and we talked about Mr. Cerv's life. This coming Memorial Day, I hope you'll take a moment to remember and reflect upon their sacrifices. Thanks for tuning in today, guys. I hope you have a great Memorial Day, and don't forget those that served. Keep growing your collection, card farmers. God bless America.